So about 1 week ago, we recapped the New York Yankees' second week in the 2019 Major League Baseball season. At the time, the Bronx Bombers were 500 at 5 up and 5 down. Well, week 3 of the season is now in the books, and the Yankees' record heading south. A tough week indeed for the Bronx Bombers. I'm Matt Levine. I'm going to highlight it with my weekly report on those New York Yankees right here on my YouTube station. Thank you for joining me. Please go ahead and subscribe to the station, and I ask you to please check out 954sports.com. Let's talk about the Bombers. 1-5 last week. It started by getting swept in H-Town in Houston by the Astros, losing all three, as the Astros right now look like maybe the team to beat in the American League or in Major League Baseball for that matter. But the Tampa Rays, who are leading, surprise, surprise, in the AL East with a Major League best mark right now of 12-4, would have something to say about that. The Yankees at 6-9 are in third place in the AL East after falling short in Houston. The Bronx Bombers fell short at home against the Chicago White Sox, losing 2 of 3. Now, there are many areas you can point to regarding the Yankees for their lackadaisical play. The hitting, not up to snuff like it was last year. Right now, the Yankees are 15th in the league with a .252 average. The fielding, even worse, 24th in the league. They've made 13 errors thus far, but the bullpen, which was supposed to be the biggest strength of the team, has been the biggest weakness. Guys like Jonathan Holder, Tommy Kahnle, Chad Green, Zach Britton, to name 4, have struggled mightily. However, Yankees skipper Aaron Boone, not worried about the bullpen just yet. He has talked about it time and time again, like he did with the reporters last week in Houston. Let's take a listen to the Yankees manager.
Look, it's the bullpen. When we look back on this all, will end up being a strength for our club. A couple of guys have had some hiccups, have had some struggles, but the track record, where they are, there's some tinkering, some adjustments that a couple guys are working to make, and when they do, they'll take off, and we'll look back, and this will be one of the strengths of our club in the end.
And again, there you hear it from Aaron Boone, who I admire for a few reasons. But the thing I like best about Boone, and I like this when he was a player, are the 3 C's, as Dick Vitale is known as saying, the great basketball commentator, right? The cool, the calm, and collective. And to be that way in a big old city like New York, the biggest of all of them in professional sports, I really tip my cap. We'll see if the Yankees can get back on track. They start the week tonight with a 6:35 first pitch Eastern time, of course, in the Bronx, taking on their old-time rival, the Boston Red Sox, who have struggled mightily themselves. The Sox dropping 11 of their first 17 games on the season. They've had all kinds of trouble with pitching, hitting, defense. Sound familiar? A lot like the Yankees. In fact, the starting pitcher tonight, last year's hero and ace, Chris Sale, off to the worst start in his career, ERA around 9.0-3. The Yankees will start James Paxton. Hasn't done much better. 1-2 in ERA at 6. And also an interesting note regarding Paxton, the newcomer. A couple of notes. First off, there's talk that he's seeing a sports psychologist about dealing with the pressures of New York. That does make me worry because maybe he's lacking those 3 C's. The second thing, and it's early on in the season, and it's good that the Yankees have Carlos Beltran, the future Hall of Famer, one-time Yankee slugger, now a special advisor, whispered in Paxton's ear. He had a tip. He was able to pick something up during the games Paxton was starting as he was tipping his pitchers. Beltran let him know that the hitters can see it before it was coming. And one other area to note regarding Paxton, watch for the curveball, one of his dominant pitches. There's been a lack of thus far this season. It's going to be interesting tonight to see if he attacks the Red Sox. Maybe Larry Rothschild, who I love as the Yankees pitching coach, has been able to work with him. Coming with Uncle Charlie tonight. We'll see if he drops the old hammer. I never get enough of finding cliches or code words for the curveball. One of my favorite things to do. In fact, 954sports.com, there's a comment section. If you have a favorite curveballism, drop me a line. Also, if you'd like me to answer a question about the Yankees this season, or you have a thought, go ahead, 954sports.com. Leave your comment, and I'll address it next week as I do my Week 4 report of the 2019 Yankees season. Now, this season has been marred by injuries. There is no doubt about that. The Yankees, as I've called them, a MASH unit, a walking wounded team, a team just battling the injury bug, which has stung them 11 times. They've got 11 marquee players on the injured list right now. I've got my own list. Let's go through it and update you with how the Yankees are dealing with this rash of injuries. Okay, told you I had a list. First off, the newest injured Yankee. Last week it was Troy Tulowitzki. I'll update you on Tulo in a moment. The newest Yankee, unfortunately, on the injured list, Gary Sanchez, leads the team in home runs. 6 of them had 3. As you see it here, in one game 2 weekends ago alone against the Baltimore Orioles. Well, the deal with Sanchez, a small tear in his calf. He remains out indefinitely. John Carlos Stanton, a bicep strain. Still feeling the injury, has been out since April 1st. Also, the status for him, indefinitely. Aaron Hicks, he's had a bad back. It's hindered him throughout the spring. Not much of a spring training for him. The good news is he's resumed some baseball activities, a little throwing, playing a little catch. Even better news, expected to take BP batting practice next week. So that's definitely encouraging for the Yankees. You'd love to get Hicks's bat back in that lineup. No doubt about that. Miguel Andujar, a tricky injury. Why? He feels pain in his right shoulder when he throws the ball. But he can swing the bat okay. Doesn't feel pain. Now, he played catch last Friday and reportedly came out feeling A-okay. And like I said, he's able to swing the bat. So the Yankees not sure yet what the status is on Andujar. It's an indefinite thing. Let's wait and see. Luis Severino, I reported last week, a setback for him. Still feeling inflammation in his right shoulder, as Severino will need some time, I should say left shoulder, will need some time to shut it down, which they will do for the next 5 to 6 weeks. They'll monitor him and see where he's at with his ligament problem. Troy Tulowitzki, I mentioned him. He's had problems with his legs throughout his career. In fact, heading into this season, he had missed with the Blue Jays like the last 2 seasons, just about a calf strain, indefinite. Dylan Bestances, upsetting for the Yankees. Looked okay last week as he was trying to rehab. Now he has a bone spur in his pitching arm. The Yankees knew about it from test way back ago. However, they never let Bestances know about it. Now it's inflamed when they did a second MRI to check on the first injury, and they noticed that. So he knows about it. The Yankees know about it. What does it mean? They need to shut him down, gave him a cortisone shot, and he will be out indefinitely. I guess the good news for the Yankees, Sir Didi Gregorius, of course, the starting shortstop and really the linchpin in the Yankees lineup. He means so much. With all the great players, I think Didi is the glue that keeps it together. Well, he started throwing from 90 to 120 feet out. So he resumes baseball activities after the Tommy John surgery. Best case scenario, maybe rejoins the Yankees in June, sometime before the middle of the season. As I say, I said it last week, an NFL term, I think, next man up. So we'll see what the Yanks can do tonight against the Red Sox, who broke out the bubbly in more ways than one last year. Interestingly enough, they clinched the AL East Division in September. They celebrated with champagne in style at Yankee Stadium. Then about a month later in the playoffs, they promptly defeated the Yankees and eliminated them from contention, ended their season winning the ALDS. In the Bronx, the Yankees will look for sweet revenge in 2019, beginning the 2-game set tonight. The Yanks, by the way, last year 6-3 on the home turf in the regular season against the Red Sox. We'll see if the Yankees can get back on track one way or another. One of these two teams is going to find their way back into the win column against one another, and they can certainly use some positive news. We'll see what the Bronx Bombers can do here in Week 4 of the Major League Baseball season. I'll be back with you next week to highlight it right here on my YouTube channel. So enjoy the Yankees, enjoy the Red Sox, enjoy the baseball. We'll catch you next week.